Hi guys, and welcome to The Leap. I'm so excited because on this week's episode, we have an amazing, incredible guest. She's a trailblazer. She's doing incredible things in her community to transform lives, and we're so excited that she's on with us today. She's also a very dear friend of Sameka's. And Sameka, go ahead and take it away and share with us this fabulous guest that we have with us today.
Absolutely. Welcome back, Leapers, and hello to all of you that are seeing us for the first time. We have the sheer pleasure of having Mrs. Tonikka Rhodes on with us today, and she is a very dear friend, my sister friend, my girlfriend, one of my very first best friends. So I've known Toni for many, many years, and we're not going to count how many, but just to the point that we were riding our bicycles up and down the street at our grandparents' house. So it's wonderful to see her as this trailblazer, like Kay said, someone that is really making a difference in her community, and she has blessed us by coming by and sharing her leap journey with us. So thank you, Toni. She is a wife of 14 years. She's a mother of a wonderful 12-year-old son, and she is the director, the visionary, and the CEO of Chocolate Girls in Cleveland, Ohio. We really, really, truly appreciate you being here and sharing your leap journey with us.
Yes.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you.
So let's get started. So, Toni,
Yes.
now here in the Leap, you know, we're truly about encouraging and motivating people, getting people to unlock that potential, to tap into those God-given gifts, and do what it is that they were put on this earth to do. And you know, I've seen you grow. I've seen you do different things and get involved in things. And this most recent venture that you're doing, which I feel like is just your purpose, you know, this is purpose work now. This is work from the heart. I mean, I have to ask you, what made you take that step to start this program?
Well, it absolutely was not an easy choice. Let me start there. People always ask me, well, were you afraid to do this, or is this just something that it's in you? And my answer is always, it was never fear. I think it was more procrastination and excuses.
Wow.
Because we can always find reasons why not to do something.
Oh, yes.
It's so hard to find a reason on why to do it. So my thing wasn't fear. I just put everything else in front of it. I put working a regular 9 to 5, which gave me income. Because it's crazy to say I'm not going to work for any money. I'm just going to do a nonprofit and just pray that it works when you're making 6 figures. Right. So I put money in front of it. I put my family in front of it. Being a wife of 14 years, being a mother, and at times even being an at-home mom is sometimes even challenging, more challenging than pushing someone's clock. So I just put life in front of it, actually. And as I was doing that, I was killing the very purpose inside of me for this organization daily. I was killing it daily. Like the Bible says, you have to kill the flesh daily. I was killing my purpose daily with just life. So I decided I'm not going to do that anymore. I had about 10 journals full of workshops that I've been dreaming and visualizing over the last 10 years plus, that I had topics. I could visualize the person teaching the topic. It was just evident, you know, and one day I woke up 3 o'clock in the morning and I said, no more, I'm not writing another journal. I'm going to start this program. And that's what I did.
Wow. So Toni, really quickly, can you tell us about what exactly is Chocolate Girls?
Absolutely. Chocolate Girls is an organization that mentors African American girls from the age of 10 to 19 on basic life skills. And we use these life skills to teach them from our own personal experiences. But we tackle conventional issues with unconventional ways. And let me explain why I say this. In school, they learn their basics: math, English, social studies, science, and health. Okay. But they never get the fundamentals on how to make it in the real world, beyond the textbook. So we tackle topics like cyberbullying and peer pressure, low self-esteem, and inside and outer beauty. We also tackle sexual relations, which is different than what they learn in health, because it actually taps into the molestation and puberty and just your menstrual cycle as a female and your body as it's changing through adolescence, from adolescence to womanhood, and actual sexual relations, having sex before you're ready to have sex. We actually preach abstinence. But in the real world, in today's society, we know 9 times out of 10, these female teenagers are going to experience some form of sex. Yeah. And it's our duty and our responsibility as adults to make sure they're completely educated and protected. For whenever they feel that they're ready, they still have to be protected and educated. So we tackle topics that are more sensitive to the school district to teach. Everyone has my number. They can call me at any time. So we also mentor these girls in between the workshops that we host every month.
Whew.
Wow.
Tony, you gave me chills. Like, I got chills just listening to you talk about how you were just filling these journals and filling these journals, and that procrastination was that thing for you. That procrastination is what got in your way. So the fact that you said one day you got up at 3 a.m. and said, I'm not filling another journal. No. Like, you know, you got to that point where you said enough is enough.
Yeah.
I'm going to move forward with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in the programming, that the things that you're offering, it's phenomenal. Like, this is absolutely wonderful. This is what young women need, is what young people need, period. So when we think about people who are walking in their passion, or who have not done that yet, you got to reflect on the fact that sometimes if we don't do what we're assigned to do, we're holding someone else back.
Absolutely.
You know, someone else's blessing may be tied to what we're supposed to do. And I'm just thinking of how many girls you're impacting. So had you not woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning and said, not another journal, not another vision of topics that I don't fulfill. Oh my God, the number of young women that may not have gotten the opportunity to be educated, to be exposed, because I've seen pictures of the trips that you're taking them to, and the art and the movies, you know, like that's a lot of exposure. So I'm just like, wow, had you not decided enough is enough and I'm going to move forward, what a blessing these young women would have been missing out on.
They were leaving class to come talk to me in the cafeteria, even out on their lunch period, getting passes from the office to come see me and to just talk or vent or just have a discussion or regroup, whatever was going on during class. And I just felt like, Lord, why me? But the Lord answered and said, why not you? So I let that go. And I just started accepting that that was my place. That's where I should have been at that moment. Because had I not been there, who knows if that young girl would have done something to herself or anything, or just shut down and put herself into a shell to not even express her feelings.
Absolutely.
We get into a place as adults where we have been taught you are to be seen and not heard. I was raised like that. Samantha, you were raised like that. Kay, I'm sure you were raised like that. And we've gotten away from that. And now we've told these children they don't have a voice, period. And I want to bring that back, because my program is structured around, if you know better, you do better.
Yes.
And these young girls, these young women have to know better in order to do better. We can't assume that they know. We have to show them. So my whole purpose of this was real life modeling, role modeling. So I don't want to give you a picture and say, this is who you should be. And they're trying to attain that. I want to show them So they see they see all the other African American women that are teaching them, and they're rocking in their fields. I mean, I have everything from a practitioner nurse that's 40 years old. She's the youngest nurse practitioner in her practice. I have educators. I have entrepreneurs. We actually preach and teach youth entrepreneur. I have an 11-year-old author. I have an 11-year-old author who just published her first book called The Evil Cheerleader. It's on Amazon right now for $12. So we are actually
life goals.
yeah, we're promoting and pushing entrepreneurship now. You don't have to wait till you're 50 to be an entrepreneur. You don't have to wait to work for all these other jobs and punch somebody else's clock who really at the end of the day could care less if you come to work or not. You don't have to wait. You can work for yourself right now. So we teach that. We teach the importance of saving and investing. Even at age 10, we're teaching this because I never got that opportunity, unfortunately. You know, when we were raised, it was like, you living here on my dime. And that's all you need to figure out. But as soon as you graduate, you better figure it out. Nowadays, these kids don't even appreciate that their parents work 2 or 3 jobs. It's like, well, this is what you owe me. This new age teenagers, you owe me microwave. I want everything. Boom, bam, right now. 1, 2, 3. Got to be given to me. They don't understand allowances and earning money and working summer jobs so they can buy their own school clothes. Everything is given to them.
Or starting from the bottom up.
Absolutely. They don't even understand that. They think that's just a song. Started from the bottom, now I'm here. Now I'm here. That's all they know. They know that's a rap song, honey. It's real for them, and they like as music. They don't know the purpose of some people having more than one sibling and having to share clothes or having to take hand-me-downs because your sister she can't fit these jeans no more. Now they fit you. They don't know anything about that, you know? So my whole thing was old school etiquette, bringing back home economics, because most of these kids don't have home economics anymore in school. They've taken out home economics. They've taken out your sewing. They don't have wood shop anymore. They don't have the little cooking class that we used to take. I took sewing in school. They've taken all those programs out of school. So it's up to the parents to teach these young women how to be women. And my organization has taken that feat on. We'll handle it. First and foremost, I have lupus, and I say that to say in 2009, I was diagnosed with systemic lupus, and it attacks my heart. So I actually suffer from a condition called pericarditis, and it usually flares up around me being so fatigued or not getting enough rest and stress. So that was a main hurdle for me to actually, again, leap out on faith and say, Lord, I want to make sure I'm healthy enough to complete this mission. Because it's always easy to start something.
Yes.
I wanted to start it, I wanted to continue, and I want to finish it. I want to see it to the end. So that was my main hurdle, was my health. Making sure that I could handle the stress of it all, because it's not easy and it's very time consuming. So my health was one. The second one was the procrastination, just getting over the fear of, I don't really have time for this, or do I really have time for this? Can I really even risk not making money for my household? Who's going to do this? Putting the burden on my husband for almost a year for me to even put this together. We went from a two-family income to one, because I just cold turkey resigned from my job. I didn't have a plan for this. I just literally said that was it. This is what I'm going to do. I've done my season at the school. It's time for me to move on. So those are two major things that for me, I had to get over it to keep pushing.
Yeah.
And then you have other obstacles, like, sometimes you have family, where you think are going to be the most supportive, are actually the ones that give you the most doubt. Do you really think this is going to work? I mean,
Right.
Is there any other organizations out here doing this? Maybe you should see if you can partner with someone. That way, if it really doesn't work, you know, it's not completely your loss. So you have to be very mindful and careful of those that you allow to be a part of your plan and your vision and your purpose. You have to birth it from a very strong place within, where nobody can shake you off of that foundation,
Wow.
even with their own doubts. You have to be firm and know that this is for you. What is for you is for you.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I love that. I love that. That is that's powerful. I love that.
And Toni, we're about to wind things up, but I want to ask you really quickly,
Yes.
what would you say to someone, if you could just say one sentence to someone who's sitting on the fence about taking the leap forward into whatever it is that God has created them to do, what would you say to them right now?
I would say, be still and listen to the voice inside your heart. Beyond the noise, take the noise away. And the noise could be a job, noise could be a spouse, noise could be children, noise could be friends and family, but noise could definitely be you overthinking it.
Yeah.
I would say just be still and allow that voice that actually put you on the fence to take you over and make that leap.
I love I love that.
Yeah,
I love it.
I would definitely say it's stillness, it's quietness, it's getting to a place where the noise doesn't make sense anymore.
Yes.
Yeah, you have to eliminate the noise. My son's basketball team, I can't take credit for that. My son's basketball team went 15-0, and they got to the actual tournament and lost. But the reason I use them as an example is the coach took them out at halftime, and instead of letting them make, you know, plays and practicing on the court where the other team was, he took them out in the hallway, and he said, I had to take the noise away to get you guys refocused on the game.
Yes.
And then he brought them back in, and even though they still lost, they didn't lose because of the noise. They just lost because they lost. And they could take it much easier then that they lost that way, opposed to listening to the crowd, you know, yell at them and scream at them and why they did this or why they did that. He took the noise away from them and told them to listen to themselves and play their game. Don't play the crowd's game. Play your game.
Wow.
Wow.
That's wonderful. So before you go, you have to let everyone know how they can get in touch with you, how they can follow you, how they can find out more information about Chocolate Girls. You have to share that.
Donate.
Absolutely. So Chocolate Girls can be found on Facebook at Chocolate Girls. Community organization is what you'll see. As far as donations, honestly, the shirt that I have on is called a sponsorship t-shirt. You can purchase this t-shirt in black or chocolate brown for $30, and that sponsors a girl to the workshop.
Wow.
So if my workshops are $25 per person, you pay $30. That pays for the t-shirt and the sponsorship of a girl who wouldn't be able to attend because of financial reasons. Also, you can always send donations. I don't turn down any money, but absolutely, we have a venue that we host our workshops at, and I cater a lunch for the girls. Our workshops are 3 hours. They get 2 skills classes, and I have a catered lunch for them. So all of that, of course, is coming out of my pocket, but you know, it is what it is. God has blessed me to do this, and I'm not worried about it. I'm just going to keep going as long as we can. I started out with 19 girls, June 7th of 2015, and I've touched over 386 teenagers today.
Wow.
That's incredible.
That is, wow.
Wow.
I am so, you know what, I just have to tell you, and I've told you before, like I think this is a wonderful program.
Thank you.
I love to see these types of programs, these types of organizations that are right there in the core, in the heart of where it's needed. So you know, excellent job to you and to all of the mentors that you work with.
Yes, I have
And
a fabulous staff. I mean, absolutely fabulous. I hands down, I can't do this alone. I can't take any of the credit. It was my vision, but I handpicked every facilitator. I've known every facilitator almost 20 plus years. So I handpicked every facilitator for what they do, and they're all licensed and or they're trained and they work in the field of the classes that they teach. So we have a fabulous staff. I definitely could not do any of this without them.
Wow.
None of it.
Tony, wow, it's been an incredible, incredible opportunity to sit down and break bread with you. Because we're broken off of some good bread and some good information for us.
And you ladies are awesome. I love what you guys are doing. You're exposing people who any other way wouldn't be exposed. You're giving us a platform to get the word out, to get our ministry out there, because that's all it is. It's ministry. Yeah. It's just giving it out. We do it injustice if we keep all of these gifts within us. So you guys are doing like awesome, amazing work, you know, on the back end. When you think you're in the back, you're actually in the front. And I appreciate you ladies. I love you, Sameka. I love you, Kay. I would love to meet you. I would love to meet you face to face, Kay. I would love to see some. I haven't seen Sameka in a few years. But I would love to come there and travel. And my organization is just not for Cleveland. I'm for anyone who needs it. So if you guys know of some teenagers that would love to have a workshop, we don't mind traveling. We will facilitate anywhere.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Tony, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We just want everyone who is watching this to be motivated, to be activated, and to be released and get off of that fence. But if you need to get that still small voice to push you over, then I'm asking you to just take that moment right now and just be still. Tony, thank you so much, and much love to Chocolate Girls. Thank you for being with us on The Leap, and continue to leap forward in good success.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. And until next time, guys, leap forward, leap forward, leap forward.